Hey guys, and welcome to the Robert and Frank Show. This is episode number one. Definitely no point, nothing. I think this is going to be our official number one. I'm Robert.
I'm Frank Yabara.
And we are here. We're going to talk about just the usual, the random crap. First, I'm going to make just a slight introduction and say the last couple episodes we cursed a lot, and unfortunately, we realized a little too late that YouTube doesn't allow us to monetize videos that have vulgar language, and we made them age restricted so people under 18 wouldn't watch them. But we can't make money. Just sucks. So we are no longer, unfortunately, going to cuss and vent our minds and whatnot. So,
I feel like I'm 10 years old again, and I'm being punished by my mother.
well, I have kids, so to me it's whatever. I have kids. I work where I work. I cannot really cuss to when I'm talking to people. So I'm used to limiting my vocabulary, unlike someone I know on the last 2 cent episode. Yes, you.
It's destructive, man. I'm sorry.
Dude, you dropped the F-bomb twice in the episode.
All right, all right.
It's not up for anyone that's yet, if you guys are wondering, but it will be soon. And, ooh, Jesus. You know what I just noticed?
What?
Jeebus. Neither of us have our lower
Have our lower
thirds.
thirds. Ah, you
We
failed.
both forgot it. Damn it. There. Hey, I got mine. I got mine. Hey,
Not,
dude, before
he's an
you.
imposter. He's not really. We don't know who you
Well,
are.
no. I noticed it before you, so I get credit for it. Anyway,
All
okay.
right.
So if you are watching, you can go to Google. Where is it? If you go to the Google event page, if you look for Robert and Frank Show, you can actually submit live questions, and we will take Q&A. Granted, we've never done this before. We don't have many people watching, but that's just so you know.
Please submit
And,
your questions. We'll be glad to answer them.
oh, Frank will be glad. I don't know about me.
I'll be
Depends on the
very
question.
glad to answer them.
It depends on the damn question. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and get started with this. I think. Did you see the links I threw in there in the doc?
Yeah. I
All
haven't
right.
seen the latest ones, but I'll check that out right now.
Well, the one that I thought was actually real cool. I'm on Reddit all day, every day, and I read all kinds of stuff. And I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I'm banking on the fact that it is. Is that a Redditor complained to Samsung, "Hey, Samsung, my phone caught fire." They said, "Hey, all right, we're gonna go ahead and replace it for you." They sent him. They told him, "We're gonna send you a phone in the box. In the box, just send us your old phone, good as new." Great. Come to find out, a month later, they never sent him the phone. They sent him a box. They sent him an empty box saying, "Hey, send us back your phone." But they didn't send him the phone. They were like, "We'll send it to you first." Nothing happened, and you know what? I give mad props to the guy because Reddit can be one of those places where it's just witch hunt central. They will blow things massively out of proportion in good ways and in bad. If anyone remembers the Boston bombings, Reddit were the group of people on Reddit were the ones that actually made the initial findings of the guys that were actually involved in that. But
Oh wow, really? That's interesting. I didn't hear
yeah,
about that.
you didn't know that? Oh man, dude,
No,
they
wow.
knew about it before the police did. I mean,
Dude, that is interesting. Look,
crowdsourcing.
I love stories like that because I think, obviously the internet is a very powerful thing. There was this he was Canadian, he was a gay porn star, and he slaughtered a bunch of people. Um he killed this one guy and he uploaded it to the internet. I guess he just
Jesus.
wanted attention. It was such a horrible video, man. It was disgusting. But people online followed him because he was also slaughtering cats, and they pinpointed who he was before the police did. I love the internet, man,
Oh,
especially when it comes to things like that.
yeah, but I mean,
You know who I'm talking
sometimes
about.
I don't know exactly the story you're talking about, but I mean, then there's
I'll look it up
things
real
like
quick.
the cat lady that I don't know if you ever saw it. It made its rounds on Reddit, and it basically was this lady that saw a cat, walked up to the cat, grabbed it, and threw it into a freaking trash can.
Oh man, dude,
I
that's
mean, they ended up finding her. I don't know what ended up happening to the poor woman, but it was Witch Hunt Central. And if you know Reddit at all, they love their freaking cats. They love cats. No joke.
yeah.
Um, anyway, so getting back to the story, basically what's going on is that after a back and forth, and this poor guy, trying to get his phone, trying to get his phone, trying to get his phone, nothing happens. And what happens out of the blue? HTC, one of their reps, actually says, "Hey, I'll make you a deal. I will send you a phone, but if you get the Samsung phone, sell this one, give it away to a charity, whatever you want. Just make sure that you put it to a good cause in case Samsung ever does send you the phone." They're like, whatever you want to do with our phone, their phone, we just want to get you to get into the HTC brand. We want you, not like Samsung, and they didn't put it poorly. They were outright honest and like, look, we just want you to we want to get your business, and I thought it was awesome. I don't think there's anything. This was just today. This is actually 8 hours ago.
Hmm.
Let's see. We'll post the link later of the story on Reddit, and it's crazy because this guy literally is like, okay, yeah, you know what, we'll give you a new HTC One M8, the newest phone that's on the market for AT&T for his area that works for him. I thought it was just a great show of really showing what the company wants to do, and they want to put their name out there, which I think is awesome.
Dang.
So
Dude, so
yeah,
his
so
phone
it's cool.
caught fire. Is there any reason as to why that happened?
Well, you know what? I mean, they don't know, and Samsung doesn't know because they haven't
Dang.
gotten the phone back, so
Hmm.
they don't know yet.
My guess it
Uh,
was probably charging when that happened, but man, I
yeah,
hope nothing like that happens to me
yeah, I
or
think
anybody
I
else.
think that was definitely what's happening. It was charging and it just caught fire. The funny thing is that his phone still works. Like he
Oh
was saying,
wow.
he put yeah, dude,
That's a tough
in the
phone.
comments, yeah, dude. He's saying that he has to do some like ninjaing of the phone, and he's got to like plug it
Hmm.
in a weird way, but it plugs in if you do it just right, and it works and cool. But I mean, props to HTC because they stepped up when Samsung did it. So
Yeah.
anyway, let's go and going from Samsung and HTC, I think we should go into Verizon. I think we talked about it in one of our 2 cents episodes. Did we do the Netflix? Yeah, we did the Netflix one, right?
Yes, we did. The VPN or just Verizon shenanigans in general.
Yeah. The shenanigans in general, Brian. I thought it was a good thing to mention that they actually changed their uploads and download speeds to be symmetrical.
Hmm.
Um, in the case we're only 2 megabytes down,
Losing
two up,
connection there,
you
man.
have
Must have been
what's
the Russians are connecting to our system again.
oh god, you got
They're
Russians again.
infiltrating.
Man, that was an old episode. Let's move on. Anyway, so my connection is 2 megabytes up, and it's terrible. I mean, my video quality has never been really good, but and if I put it in in high def, my video either starts getting choppy or doesn't look very great or whatever the case may be, and it saturates my upload. So I am at uploading right now. Where is it? Internet 2 megabytes up, which is basically as fast as I can go. Verizon, their upload and download speeds are the same. So I get 20 down. That would mean I would get 20 up, which I would love because that would mean I can stream video. I can stream. Um, I use Plex to watch movies that I record on my computer. I get the movies, buy them, and burn them onto my computer, then stream them to my phone wherever I'm at. And it is just 10 times easier than having to bring DVDs and the crap with me. But having that flexibility to use my um, internet the way I want to. It would be awesome.
Hmm.
You're silent.
Interesting. Not too bad. I'm actually just looking here at the Verizon what they're going to be charging for those symmetric
Yeah. Well, no, I mean
connections.
they're not changing the prices. As a matter of fact, they're staying the same,
Oh, okay.
which is cool. I mean that's cool for their current customers. The only thing that sucks is that if you're a new customer, you get the new speeds right away. If you're not a new customer, you kind of have to wait for them to roll it out like a month from now. But
Hmm.
you can
Wow. So they're
sign
offering
up.
75 megabytes upload and download. That
Yes,
is pretty
sir.
nice.
And I wish I hate Verizon personally as a company because they do
Hmm.
some crazy shenanigans. I'd love Google. Google, please come to Southern California. I will move to any city in Southern California that you come to. Please. I'm begging.
So just really quick, going back to what we were talking about a little while
No, yeah,
ago.
ignore my pleas to Google to get
No.
1 gigabit fucking fiber. Ah, crap.
They heard you.
Anyway,
I mean, we're using Google Stream anyway. I mean, come on. I'm sure they
well,
heard.
yeah, no, yeah. But anyway, so that's awesome. I want, even if I can get Verizon as a fiber company, I would be happy with it because right now, well, actually, no, I think my internet's gonna be moving to 100 down and 5 up. But I mean, I'd
Oh
still
wow.
want, yeah, and it's 5 up. It's not great. I'd still want faster uploads. That's what I want, and
Hmm.
especially since I all of my pictures and all of my hard drive stuff. I want to back it up, but it literally takes months to upload all my stuff. I did a Google backup
Dang.
to Google Drive for all my pictures. It took me about 2 months to upload all the pictures.
Jeez. That is insane. It
Yeah,
takes.
and moving. I know we haven't talked much about it, but I think it's actually a good way to go into how the FCC wants to open up municipal fiber. Did you read that story?
No, not
No.
yet.
Yeah. Bastard. Anyway, so
Hey, there you go. Kirk.
basically, hey,
I'm
no,
just kidding.
I don't think bastard is that bad of a word. Anyway, so the
I have a
FCC
father.
wants to let. Huh. Well, you didn't catch the F bomb I dropped earlier, so the FCC wants to let cities build their own broadband, and House Republicans disagree. It's Vox.com, and I think that's terrible. Uh, with fiber optic cable, me and you have talked about this before. There are counties that have dark fiber. The fiber optic cable is laid out, ready to be used, and the only people that can use it are the governments that have signed agreements with the cable companies and the satellite. Well, no, not satellite, but the cable and telephone companies that have already signed agreements saying, "Hey, we will provide you ultra fast internet, but you can't offer it to anyone, and no one else can use it except for you and us." I mean, millions of miles, I'm sure, of this cable have been laid, and no one can use it, and it's terrible, and it's
Dude, what the hell's the government using it for? They're probably streaming Netflix super fast.
right. But I mean, that's not even, well, Netflix's download limit is, it's capped at kilobits per second, or 3,000 kilobits per second. So that doesn't matter. But
Hmm.
no, it's just it's insane. I mean, guys, they don't want competition. I hate it because these cable companies, the telephone companies, have all these government officials basically in their pockets, and they're like,
Hmm.
"Well, no, we don't want this. We've installed it for you. We came to the agreement that we were going to set it up for you, but now that we set it up, we're going to have this agreement that no one else can use it except for us. Come on, dude." You don't want competition. You don't want to reinvest money into your infrastructure that you've already set out and give the American public the freaking speeds they deserve. We're not even in the top 5 or 10 or 20 countries in terms of internet speeds.
Looks like we're falling behind in every single frontier, especially
It,
science.
exactly. I mean, that's terrible. I mean, it's like, guys, government, House, Congress, Obama, someone, can you please listen to what people are saying? it might be more of a minority that's screaming out in the case like this because it's not every day that you're going to have the everyday person talk about this. But I mean, really, they're just gouging us, and it's just terrible.
Man, that sucks, dude. I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't know either. Let's see. I'm just looking up something. Top internet speeds by country, and I'm curious to see where we're at. And I'm almost positive we're like number like 30 or 40 on this list. Come
Wow. Just like our education system.
on, right? Uh,
Boom.
come on. All right, United States, United States, United States.
So,
No,
Robert, meanwhile, I
we're
don't know if
number
you're interested in
28.
this. Oh, man, 28.
Number 28, we are rated at 26.1 megabits per second, which is, in my opinion, terrible. But anyway,
Yes.
what were you going to say? What am I interested in?
I,
What am I
I
not
was just gonna show
interested in?
you that one killer that I was trying to tell you about earlier. That's the guy. The guy on the left killed the guy on the right. I'm not gonna say his name because bringing popularity to this individual is not nothing I'm interested in. Just wanted to show you who he
Uh,
was. But yeah, it's a pretty sad story. But it just shows you, man. I love how the internet can all just come together. People who, I mean, these are people investigating a murder that occurred nowhere near their area, right? They were in different countries, but they were still investigating this. This was completely impossible, just 30, 40 years before.
oh yeah,
I love that,
yeah.
dude.
I mean, where is this? The Wire. There's a Wire article on how the Boston bombers were found by redditors, and let me put this in here.
That's amazing. We
I
should shoot
mean,
a documentary on that.
I am not about to shoot a documentary on that, but it's interesting to see. I mean, how what they ended up doing is getting basically all these pictures that were submitted to the internet, to Facebook, and all these different um, media medium, and they scrounged and basically matched everyone and looks and positioning and everything. And I mean, they really tore into it. And was it within 48 hours? I think. I don't
Wow.
remember. I mean, it was insane. It was fast. It was okay. It's not coming up here. Come on. No, it's not saying. But I mean, it was. They found it faster than the FBI, and the FBI has got some pretty powerful resources behind it. So, I mean, I think it's just insane. Anyway, um, enough of that. All right. Where else do you want to take this to? What are we
All
talking
right,
about
man.
now?
So check this out. Personally, right, there's many reasons why I would like to avoid China. Pollution is one of them. The fact that certain areas they actually pull out gutty oil out of the sewers and use it for cooking oil. The
Jesus.
bubonic plague is another good reason why I would like
Mm-hmm.
to avoid China. But
Didn't we talk about that in 2 Cents episode too?
yes, we did. And it's not like we need any more reasons to avoid, but here's one more. Bam! Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, it's not
Apparently
even
they
showing
just
up yet. Hold on. Wait. Okay, there we go. Now it's
it
showing up.
yeah. Look at the size of that thing. That thing is massive.
Yeah.
And to top it
No,
off, it
thank you.
has stinky anal glands found in China.
Yeah, because we need a bug with steak anal glands. Come on.
See, look at that thing. If I try to step on it, it's like stepping on a rat. I don't know how the hell that's even feasible.
I don't know either. I mean, this thing is almost 5 inches long. I mean, that is just, it's just disgusting. Reading further into
Man,
it, it does say that those mandibles up front are basically oversized, so it can't really bite down really hard. But
yeah, it does say that it
it
can
can
draw
break. Yeah,
blood, man.
it can draw blood, but it
Holy
can't really
cow.
break human skin. At least they're not trying to kill you. Like I was telling you earlier, everything in Australia is trying to kill you. I've heard some
Jesus.
whack ass stories of just crap that in Australia that's just no matter what you're doing, they try to kill you. And the freaking terrible thing about it is that it's not even like here in the U.S. that most of the poisonous stuff is outside. No, over there it finds its way into everything.
Dang,
And
man.
I mean, over in Australia, you actually look at the population zone in Australia. Everything is unpopulated. Like there is like several concentrations of cities and major areas, but aside from that, that's it. It's not like the United States or Europe that everything is, or a lot of the area is developed or has use. In Australia, that's not the case.
Yeah, man. Everything started evolving completely different once it broke off into an island. Evolution just kind of takes hold at that point.
Yep.
Mind blowing. Are you familiar with trypophobia, sir?
No, you mentioned it earlier, and I was going to look into it, and I forgot. So go ahead and explain this to me while I read.
Wow, thanks. I'm just kidding. I just
No,
want to
you're
know what
reading
it
into
felt
other
like
stuff
to
I talked
feel.
about.
I just wanted to know what it feels like to be Robert for a minute. It doesn't
No,
feel too good,
quiet
actually.
you. Go on. No, no, it doesn't. Believe me, I know.
So,
It doesn't feel good to be me either.
it's a curse. So, trypophobia is a fear of holes, or a fear of asymmetricals. And unfortunately, I learned I not only am I arachnophobic, and maybe I have a phobia towards other creepy looking bugs like cockroaches, but also clowns freak me out. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. But now trypophobia is another one, and it makes me pretty sad. So this is a video that actually can determine whether or not you have that phobia. And I'm going to share this with you guys really quick. So
All right.
these are the types of
Oh,
things
wait,
that
hold on,
people.
hold on. It's not, okay, there we go. Now I see it. Now I see your screen share. All right, cool. Go.
So although these are the type of things that people with trypophobia kind of be freaked out about, but this video here helps determine whether or not you're one of those that have that fear. So basically, if you watch this video, it says that you're supposed to have your legs out, your hands out, whatever, on the
All
desk.
right. I got my arms and legs out.
Do,
I
do,
feel like I'm
do.
doing the airplane in the pool.
All right, so this test is about to start, and if you start feeling itchy and weird, let me know, because then you failed. So it starts off easy, gets worse.
Okay. All right, let's see.
I'll let you know
So
when I
far,
start
not
feeling.
that bad.
Yeah.
Caterpillar, chocolate bar, holes, honeycomb. I feel like that video we watched in the 2 cents.
Mhm.
K, P.
I think this is when it starts getting kind of sick, dude. Like here I start feeling really funny.
Really? Yeah, not me.
You have nerves of steel, man.
No.
Ugh.
Oh wow. Okay,
That's
that's just. Oh, okay,
gross.
that's just kind of disgusting. I don't feel anything, but that just looks disgusting.
Oh man, I'm so glad we evolved the way we did, because if I evolved from something like that, hell no, I'm never having kids. My child just came out of my back. Hold on real quick.
Right? I think you should never have kids in the first place, but that's a whole another story. Oh man. Oh, what the hell is that? I don't feel sick and disgusted like you're saying, I think, but
Yeah, see, like,
that just
dude,
looks. Whoa.
yeah, things like that. I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Some kind of plant?
I have no idea. That just looks
Oh, those
pretty
poor
disgusting.
frogs, those toads. Oh, I wonder what that feels like. No, actually, I don't want to know. I don't even
Right?
want to wonder. Oh man.
Okay, I mean, at this point, we're almost done with it, but I'm just trying to figure out what is trypophobia. It's
Uh,
just like the fear of.
let me look up the actual definition, sir.
Okay,
Ew.
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, those are photoshopped at this point, so go
Okay,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I was about to say that. Ooh, we just lost Frank. Come on, Frank. If you're with me, I'm sorry. I have to carry the show on my own. Oh no, there he is.
I
What'd
meant
you
to stop
do?
the video, not the stream.
Right. I was like, wait, where
My
did you
bad.
go? Yeah. Anyway, so you were saying that you were going to bring up a definition of trypophobia.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually
I
gonna
read
look
it
up
on the
the.
website. I didn't really see exactly what it was.
Mhm. Let me see.
It's a bizarre and irrational fear, which I'm still not sure I understand. But apparently, from popular science, where you linked it from, it's not officially a phobia. It's recognized by scientific literature, but I mean that's if you're going to be if there's going to be something to be grossed out at severely, that would be a. I can see that as a
Yeah.
phobia.
So
That's
so
just some of that stuff
so
is
it's the
disgusting.
pathological fear, revulsion, or disgust of objects with irregular patterns of holes. Yeah.
Well, the irregular patterns of holes, okay, okay. I didn't realize it was just the holes. That's what I was trying to figure out. Was it just
Mhm.
stuff crawling out of holes, or
No, it's just the irregular pattern. So I was reading what some evolutionary biologists have to say about this phobia, but apparently it has to do with like a lot of poisonous creatures have markings on the outside that consist of irregular patterns. So what they're
okay?
saying is that it probably has to stem from that.
Well, that would make sense. I mean, just I know there's a lot of animals out in the world that specifically have that. That's a defense mechanism. Like, is it butterflies, some birds,
Mhm.
especially frogs and like animals that live on the ground mostly. Those are the ones that have a lot of that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, those who have that phobia would steer clear, and giving them a higher likelihood of not being attacked by some kind of poisonous predator, allowing them to continuously reproduce, and it makes somewhat sense in an evolutionary standpoint.
Somewhat sense, not total sense, but somewhat.
It makes sense, sir. It makes sense.
Anyway, so I think we should go from having irrational fears of holes to having
Rational
to
fears of
seeing
holes.
right rational fears. Now this is the that girl that is frozen. She is a 500-year-old frozen Inca maiden. I I saw this. I was blown away. You look at the actual picture, and this girl. I'm like, wow. Okay, hang on a second. I'm just trying to pull it up, and I'll screen share it myself. But come on. Sorry.
Don't worry, Robert. I'll give you some lessons one of these days. Do a
Yeah, but
tutorial.
I wasn't expect. I was not going to screen share it, but then I was, and then I wasn't, but now I am. So,
Ooh,
all right,
dilemmas.
you're right. Okay, so here we go. So
Ooh, she
as the
died
picture says, it looks
doing limbo.
yeah. She fell asleep and she froze, basically froze to death, and never woke up. And it's insane because you read it and it's just saying how let's see the internal organs appear to be in perfect condition. I mean,
Wow.
she died 500 years ago, and the brain was completely undamaged, and the blood vessels thawed and poured blood out that was crimson. It just like a regular person. Blood when it's decomposing, it turns black. So that I mean, it's oh man, that is insane. That is some interesting science, just the fact that you can preserve something for so long in such a perfect state. It's like those woolly mammoths that they found a couple of years ago that were so perfectly frozen that their hair was still on. And then we're talking about millions of years old. Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah, I did. They were trying
Okay.
to extract DNA from that thing too.
They were, although I think the half life of DNA was like, it fell short by like, was it like
Yeah, I that was a
no,
big
by
bummer
like
when I
100
found
million
out
years?
that DNA can only last so long, man. It's kind of sad. I was hoping for another Jurassic Park kind of a thing, happening in reality. That would have been
Yeah, no,
awesome.
no, thank you. I don't exactly want to be thinking about dinosaurs being
Well, maybe not
being run
dinosaurs,
across.
but mastodons would have been nice because I mean, from what we understand, evolutionary biologists are saying that humans could have driven the mastodons extinct. Everywhere humans stepped foot, mastodons slowly went extinct in that area. I think we were hunting them down, dude. We were hunting big game. We were very vicious predators.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So let's go ahead and move on. I think that's interesting.
Hey, so wait,
So it's
going
wait,
back to the going back to that maiden, they said that the blood that came out of her was as if it was coming out of somebody who was alive, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they were talking about how her blood was just flowing, just like anyone, like you or me. I think it was this darker red. It wasn't. It wasn't. Um, I think it was darker than usual, but it was
Mhm.
still. I mean, you would look at it and it would look just like blood flowing out of your veins. It was just still a really red.
Yeah. Dang, that's interesting. I would love to find, well, I mean, not personally, but if we were to find a Neanderthal or something like that, oh, it'd be beautiful.
That would now. Okay, so I think we should just kind of touch on that last link that I have and go from there. Um, the DA's, the district attorney's office is trying to figure out whether they're going to charge a killer of ah DA to decide whether to charge killer of intruder who yelled "I'm pregnant."
Oh,
Now,
wow.
yeah, have you read this story at all?
Yes.
Yes. So I mean, I think it sucks. It's terrible that someone lost their life. But from what I read and I understood in the story, that he was thrown down and they basically tried beating him, and he's got some pretty good bruising, and it wasn't just a home invasion like come in, take stuff, go. It was I don't remember. Did he walk in home? I don't even remember that part of the story. I know
Hmm.
he fought back, and he ended up going after them with his 22 caliber pistol and shot and killed the girl. It's unfortunate. I think it's terrible that she lost her life.
Hmm.
They were they were assaulting him. The law specifically is stating that because she was running away from the situation, there isn't protection for him. Apparently,
So he shot her in the back?
yeah, she was running away
Okay.
and he shot and killed her. So
Yeah, I don't
it's
think California
terrible.
law is gonna protect him on that. Oh man,
You
that's
know
a
what?
terrible situation.
And what it is terrible. And I will say this: I think that it might, and the reason I think it might is because of the fact that he was, um, oh, they were ransacking his house and they beat him.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
it's not like, well, we just kind of just took stuff from your house, ran and left. In
Hmm.
that case, he wasn't being physically assaulted. There'd be more of a case against him, but I think in this case, because they beat him and they caused physical bodily harm to him, it may end up turning out that it might work in his favor
Yeah.
because at that point in the state of mind that he was in, he went after them because he was just so upset. And yes, it was technically no longer in self defense, but it was his
God.
state of mind. I think is going to be what's going to help him in this particular case. Because I mean, I wouldn't go and kill someone, but I would be pretty
Right.
upset after someone beat me up.
Right, right. But are you a gun owner?
No.
Neither am I. But I don't know. So okay, so it's easy to put the blame on the guy. Oh my God, he shot a pregnant woman. But I mean, how did he know he wasn't lying so she can get away with it? Right? On top of that, I don't know. If you're
I
pregnant,
think
why are you?
No, I think I'm pretty sure they did verify that she was pregnant. I don't think they would print something
Oh
like
no,
that and
no,
say that.
no, I'm sorry, but the guy who got beaten, the guy who
Uh,
shot her, she could have been saying that, so he wouldn't have shot her, you know? I mean, when somebody puts a
oh,
gun at you, you're gonna say whatever to get away. I'm talking about the guy who shot her. But at the same
yeah,
time,
no,
what's a
makes sense.
pregnant woman doing breaking into somebody's home, you know? That makes
That's
no
that's
sense. That's
that's a
terrible.
big point. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, she's in this guy's house. I mean, she meant to do some terrible harm. I mean, and in the story it says they broke. Police say the couple beat and threw the elderly man to the ground, causing injuries which included a broken collarbone, cuts, and bruises. So
Oh,
it's not like it was just something slight. I thought it was actually just bruises, but no, they broke one of his bones. I mean, that's there's an intent there, and I'm sure he was scared and he wanted to basically get them away. I think I think that the law might end up siding with him and saying, look,
yeah.
he shouldn't have shot her, but at the same time, in the state of mind that he was in, he wanted to make sure that they never came back.
Mm-hmm.
Again, fortunate that he shot and killed her, but she was breaking into his house, into
Right.
his home. It's supposed to be his security, his privacy, and I mean, he used his gun for his security. I mean, he was afraid that they might end up coming back and beating him and killing him.
Yeah, it's pretty devastating. I mean, my grandfather's over 80 years old, and if two people broke into my house and tried to beat my grandpa, oh man, I mean, of course I would want my grandfather to protect himself any way possible. But I don't know. It does feel like these two burglars who came in, especially the pregnant lady, they they're completely at fault, obviously, right? And I think the law should be on the side of the 80-year-old man. It's pretty devastating.
Yeah, and that's terrible. Um, all right. Well, at this point, I think we'll just move on. But we don't have anything else to talk about that we've got listed. Is there anything else that you want to bring up or just talk
Okay,
about?
so I just kind of want to touch on this. I thought this was a very interesting article, but it's pretty much discussing that that classified files are now declassified. That we're talking about the government secret plan for a military base on the moon, and this
Oh
was
man,
before.
link that back to me. You know what?
Yeah.
Put that in the chat so I can just throw that in the showcase and see if it
So
pops
the
up.
funny thing is that this actually was before we even landed on the moon. So they have some ridiculous plans to create this military base. They wanted to get there, start making trenches, start building a military facility. They had all these ideas for extracting water, not from the moon itself, but from the astronauts when they use a restroom. And they wanted to create this little biodome where they would plant food and
Mm-hmm.
that was one main source of oxygen as well. So I mean, it worked well in theory. The capabilities of them doing it were so short they wouldn't have been able to do it. Obviously, right? Even today, that's a ridiculous feat. But it's just funny how the mindset of the United States or of the military government or the military specifically, where their mindset was during the Cold War, during
Mm-hmm.
this race with Russia. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean,
Kill, kill, kill. Yeah.
yeah, this shows that after that race, the United States stopped dreaming. I mean, of course, it wouldn't have been possible, but at least they dreamt about it. At least there was an effort of trying to come up with ideas on how to do this. I mean, recently Obama completely postponed NASA's moon base because the NASA did have one, and we were going to do it by 2020. Now those plans are long gone. Like I said, we need a hitchhike with the Russians. Every time we want to go into space at a ridiculously inflated cost, it's devastating. But I mean, here we
Yeah,
go.
but that's
This is from like,
hopefully that's where SpaceX and all these commercialized flights come in.
look at these suits. This is ridiculous. It's almost
Ice
comical.
skating on the moon?
Yeah.
What?
They were gonna host the
Oh
Olympic
man.
ice skaters up there.
Yeah,
Dude, that would have been amazing.
that is hilarious. You just see that it's like, wait, you did what, and you plan on doing what, and where, and how? Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. It's something that you guys ought to take a look at. It's hilarious to see just the things that we attempted to plan as a government and a country. In the was this the when did this come out? When was this published? 1960 study. That's when it was
Dang,
published.
dude, talk about dreaming.
Man, we're talking about what 2014, 1960. I'm bad at math, so 54 years later.
Yeah. 54 years later,
That
and
is
we've taken steps backwards.
agreed. At least we have that one oh which probe is that just left the our solar system? What's the name of it?
Voyager.
Is it
A
Voyager? Okay,
Voyager.
I wasn't sure. I knew it was the Voyager or Cassini, but I'm like I don't remember which one it is. I don't remember what
Mhm.
Cassini did. But yeah, um,
Are you familiar with
that
the
is
Voyager Golden Record?
no, I'm not. Please
Okay,
elaborate.
so the Voyager itself has literally a golden record on it. And the golden record has a lot of information, a lot of sounds. It's a record, right? Like the people would listen to in the music during the what is it, the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever. I wasn't around for that time. But this record has sounds of human voices, greetings in different languages. It has many animal sounds. Basically, it contains sounds of what it is to live on Earth, and it even has one whale language. It also has
Mm-hmm.
images of humans. Um, it has a lot of things, and on top of that, it also has a map on how to get to Earth, um, where we're located. It also has a symbol of the what is that? A hydrogen atom.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's supposed to show. I mean, religion, languages. These are all going to be barriers when it comes to making communication with aliens. But
Mm-hmm.
science is a universal language. So if they can just figure out what we're trying to say, they can easily decode that. But this is the type of information that the Voyager carries as it's leaving the solar system. It's beautiful. It even contains instructions on how to build a record player. Now, this goes back to what Stephen Hawking was saying. Stephen Hawking was completely against advertising the fact that we're here. But regardless, I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. We've been spewing out all these radio signals since the 50s. So it's interesting. The whole Voyager thing, whoever finds it, hopefully we're still here as a human species. Probably by the time they find it, if anybody finds it, assuming it's found, and they ever come to check if we're here, I mean, it's probably not going to be humans. It's going to be those who descended from humans. It's going to be a completely different species. It's interesting, man.
That isn't. Yeah, that is definitely interesting. So Voyager, Golden Record. That's I did not know that. I learned something new today. You know what?
I'm
Actually,
here
I
for it,
wanted
man.
to touch back. Huh?
That's what I'm here for.
Oh yeah. Well, I wanted to touch back on what we were talking about earlier with Verizon and FCC, and actually, um, real brief.
I'm sorry, really quick for the audience. This is the golden record, which we were speaking of. Down here is the map. I don't know exactly how this thing works. To the right here is an atom, and I believe this was some kind of way to build a record player. I wouldn't be able to figure it out.
Yeah, no idea, but hey,
But I'm
it
sure the
works.
aliens
It
can figure
works.
it out.
Uh, yeah, I'm sure. You know what? Too bad they didn't have IKEA back then, because then they could have the record player and all its components all in one box and ship it off
Yeah.
into space along with it, right?
It's interesting that it's made of gold too, because it's not going to corrode in space. It's going to last a good long time.
Yep. Anyway, so all right, so back to what I was going to say.
Yes, sir.
The municipal fiber. Apparently, the Chattanooga, Tennessee, is going to possibly put a very big, hopefully, put a big dent in this whole Time Warner Comcast merger, which is along with net neutrality, because they actually have municipal fiber, and these people in this city already have um, municipal fiber and at super cheap rates. I mean, if this catches on, we go from super cheap rates to possibly even cheaper, because then it'll go from the municipal to then the cable companies and the telephone companies are going to start competing finally for once in their freaking lives. They're actually going to want to compete to make sure that everyone signs up for them. So that's interesting. And then along with that, Recode.net is actually saying that Major League Baseball cries foul on net neutrality proposal.
Hmm.
And part of it is that they're saying that a lot of the net neutrality arguments for it are, or they're arguing against net neutrality because it's going to introduce fees and more costs on the tail end, and the only people that are really going to benefit on this, it's not going to be the content providers, but the cable companies, because in reality they're getting paid on both ends. They're getting paid by us to provide the internet to us, and then they're getting paid on the other end because the other content providers are streaming through their pipes, and it's a whole mess. I personally think that net neutrality that we should keep net neutrality, because if not, then it's everyone's going to pay and pay and pay, and the only people that are going to get richer are the rich, and we are still going to have crappy internet.
Yeah, unfortunately, that kind of goes through all aspects as well. The rich keep getting richer, man. The only problem is that they're doing it by really unethical means.
Yeah, we say unethical, but unfortunately, the law doesn't. The law agrees with them and says, "Oh no, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing." No, they're not.
Hey, man,
Verizon and
once you
AT&T.
consider the lobbyists and the fact that they're paying people off in order to continue to pass laws in their favor, I don't know. That's an unethical use of our legal system. It's not perfect, you know. Justice is this abstract concept. It's something that exists out there and it works well in theory, but it's always something that we're striving to get to, something that we're always trying to achieve, but we're not quite there.
And I will say unethical, not unethical. There's a difference. Not
Unethical.
you. Yes, thank you. Now, yeah, and I mean the reason I kind of agree that it's unethical is because Verizon
Unethical or
agreed
unethical?
un
Oh, you said in.
un with a U. What? What? Oh, stop. Leave me alone. Let me talk. Damn it. So Verizon had actually agreed to lay down fiber optic cable for basically everyone in was it New York? I
Mhm.
don't remember where it was, but they were saying, hey, if the government will give us grants and tax breaks and all this and that in order to lay down the fiber, we'll do it, and everyone will have broadband speeds. Well, they laid down the fiber. They did everything that they promised to do except deliver on the actual promise. Actually, no, I don't even think they laid the fiber. No, I think they said they were going to promise, and they did, and then things got too expensive. Then they're like, well, no, we're just not going to do it. And what's terrible about it is that there is no way for us to enforce the agreement that they came to. And this isn't the first time it's happened. AT&T's done it. Verizon's done it. I don't know if Time Warner or Comcast have, but it's just like these people are taking advantage of taxpayer money, and they're getting these free rides on all these other areas. And it's like, why? Why are we still allowing this to happen? And it's because of the lobbyists. Because these people have more money than the money that they have overrides the voice of the American people. That's which one is louder, money or voice?
Money,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So right. Anyway, so
Well,
I
actually,
think
well,
we're
now that you brought that up, I want to share this, and I think this is a very important group to pay attention to. Wolfpack,
okay. Oh, hold on. Hang on. Oh, wait. Oh,
wolf-pack.com.
okay. Go. Go.
Don't worry, it's coming up, it's coming up. But
Why it
um,
takes forever.
but basically, this is a libertarian group that's kind of pushing to get money out of politics, to make it illegal to give money to politicians in order to influence how they vote, because at that point it doesn't matter what the people's what the people say. Ultimately it's influenced by money, and that is completely evil. So I just found out unethical is not a word. Unethical is what I originally meant. So it's a completely unethical to continue to you know play with politics and play with the government in such a manner. So follow these guys. Donate if you can. Become a member. Volunteer. Uh, just learn what the plan is. It's really interesting. It's beautiful. There's two states that have already passed this. One of them is Vermont, if I'm not mistaken. Is this little piece of land here Vermont? It is Vermont. Yay! And California. So we're actually making progress. We're moving forward. We are steps closer to making this a reality. Wolf-pack.com, sirs. Check it out when you can.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we've gone long enough. I think we'll end it here. If you guys want to drop us a message, our Facebook is facebook.com/ Robert and Frank Show. Shoot, I don't
Before we
remember.
go, there's one more thing that I kind of want to end on. Have you ever been to the hospital, Robert, and then leave finding out that you're a woman? You may not have, but somebody
Because
in China did. Man checks into the hospital with stomach pain, discovers he is a woman. Another reason to not go into China.
right, going to China, come out a woman. No, thank you. All right. No. Anyway, so one thing well, a couple things I'll bring up. If you guys like the show, we want your feedback. Let us know on our Google Plus page, google.com/ what is it, plus.google.com/ Robert and Frank Show. I don't. Where are we, man? I don't even remember this right now. It's late.
CAT scan discovers he has a uterus and ovaries. Man,
You are
that
not
is
helping.
that is a sad day. Sorry. It's one hell of a story. Come on, man.
Oh my God! Come on, yeah. Well, I'm just trying to find out where the heck we are.
Patreon, Robert and Frank show.
Well, that one, yeah. Patreon.com/ Robert and Frank Show.
From now on, we're
Um,
actually providing links here on the screen. It should show up somewhere right here. And also included in the
Nothing.
description.
Yeah,
That won't
just
show up now. I'll do it in
yeah,
post.
yeah. Eventually, we'll figure out how to do it eventually in other ways. But um, our Google Plus page is not showing me what the actual link is. What is the link?
The link for what, sir?
Google Plus. Do we have a link directly to Google Plus? I don't think we do. Do we?
I don't know.
No.
Who uses
No.
Google Plus?
I was
Not
just
out
trying
for
to
the
figure
count.
out what best way you guys can get a hold of us. We are going to create an email tonight, Frank. That is your homework. You are going to create an email address for us. We can just have emails.
Well,
Um, YouTube comments. Leave us a YouTube comment. Yeah, we were mentioning Patreon.com. Really, it'll help if you can help us out. Even a dollar.
yes.
A dollar goes a long way.
50 cents. I'll be very happy.
Yeah, a dollar goes a quarter of the way to buying me a gallon of gas to go to buy a new webcam.
Hey, man, it helps.
It helps. Like I said, it helps. Um, anyway, we
You know,
will
if you
put in
guys
the
really, really like the show, please like, subscribe, and share. If you guys really like the show, please. It helps us out a lot. And we know that you guys are interested. And go ahead and leave us comments about topics that you like, and we'll continue to post, or we'll continue to, talk about and make comments on things that interest you.
All right. Good night, guys. See you later.
Hasta la vista, players. Bye.